Nearly 4,000 years ago, in Ur of the Chaldeans, one man heard a voice that told him to leave his land, his family, and everything that made him feel secure. He had no bank, no empire, and no complete map of the future, but he walked out carrying a promise that still echoes through history. Through you, all the families of the earth will be blessed. His name was Abraham. The Bible does not present Abraham as a man who found a magic formula to get rich. It presents him as a man who learned how to walk in covenant. And in this video, you will discover 5 secrets from Abraham's life for building wealth that can grow for generations, even if today you feel like you are starting with very little. Secret number 1, obey before you see the full map. In Genesis 12, God tells Abram, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you." God does not give him every detail. He gives him a word and a direction. Abraham did not begin with perfect abundance. He began with obedience. And this is where the first financial secret is born. Biblical wealth does not begin when everything is clear. It begins when you start walking in the right direction. Many people never move because they are waiting for the perfect business, the perfect salary, the perfect moment, the perfect economy. But some doors only open while you are walking. If you are starting from zero, start with what is already in your hands. Organize one debt, set aside one portion, learn one skill, cut one expense that is draining your future. Faith is not chaos. Faith is obedience with direction. Remember this, the person who waits to see the entire road before moving may lose the land God wanted to show them. Secret number 2, separate yourself from the mindset that fights for the immediate. In Genesis 13, Abraham and Lot have so many possessions that the land can no longer support them together. There are flocks, tents, servants, herdsmen, and tension. So Abraham gives Lot the first choice. Lot looks at the Jordan Valley. It is green. It is attractive. It looks like the obvious opportunity. So he chooses what appears to be better. Abraham is left with what seems less convenient. But do not miss this. Lot chose with his eyes. Abraham walked by covenant. Lot chose appearance. Abraham chose peace. Lot gained a valley, but he moved closer to Sodom. Abraham released an argument, but he received a promise. Genesis 13 says that after Lot separated from him, God showed Abraham the land to the north, the south, the east, and the west. Sometimes God will not show you the next dimension until you separate from a mindset that only wants to win quickly. In modern finances, Lot represents decisions that look brilliant on the outside but are dangerous on the inside. Going into debt to impress people, entering partnerships without principles, buying things you cannot sustain, chasing opportunities that look green but slowly pull your family toward destruction. Abraham teaches us that not every visible opportunity is a blessing. Peace is also wealth. Character is also capital. Remember this, not every green field feeds your destiny. Some beautiful landscapes hide cities that destroy families. If this message is awakening something in you, subscribe now and turn on the notification bell, because every week we reveal biblical principles about money, debt, wisdom, and legacy. And stay until the end, because the last secret reveals why Abraham was not just thinking about wealth, he was thinking about generations. Secret number 3, honor God with the first, not with the leftovers. In Genesis 14, Abraham returns after rescuing Lot. He is coming back from battle. He carries victory, resources, and influence. Then Melchizedek appears, king of Salem and priest of God Most High. And Abraham gives him 1/10 of everything. He is not trying to buy a blessing. He is recognizing the source. Before Abraham celebrates his own strength, he acknowledges that God was the one who gave him the victory. A person without covenant says, "When I have extra, then I will give." But a person with covenant says, "If God is my source, I must honor him first." In finances, this puts the heart back in order because money has a silent way of climbing onto the throne. It makes you believe everything depends on your control. It makes you believe that giving means losing. Abraham breaks that lie. Giving was not Abraham losing control. Giving was Abraham declaring who governed his wealth. Today, this principle applies through generosity, honor, helping others, tithing for those who practice it in faith, mercy, and purpose. This is not about manipulating God. It is about making sure money does not manipulate your soul. Remember this, money that cannot bow before God will eventually rise as an idol in the house. Secret number 4, do not accept wealth that steals your freedom. After the victory in Genesis 14, the king of Sodom offers Abraham the goods. Abraham could have kept wealth, spoils, possessions, and public recognition, but he responds with a powerful statement. I will accept nothing belonging to you, not even a thread or the strap of a sandal, so that you will never be able to say, I made Abram rich. Not every kind of money is good for you. Some gains come with invisible chains. Some contracts give you money, but take away your moral authority. Some partnerships pay well, but compromise your principles. Abraham preferred to depend on the promise instead of being tied to Sodom. Generational wealth is built by protecting your name, your conscience, and your freedom. Do not sell your peace for quick profit. Do not mortgage your values for a dark contract. Do not borrow from people who will later control your decisions. Remember this, the right money helps you build. The wrong money buys you in silence. Secret number 5, build with a promise bigger than your lifetime. Genesis 13 says, Abraham was very wealthy in livestock, silver, and gold, but the Bible does not remember him only because of his possessions. It remembers him because of a generational promise. In Genesis 15, God brings Abraham outside and tells him to look toward the heavens and count the stars if he can count them. Then God says, so shall your offspring be. In Genesis 22, God confirms that he will multiply Abraham's descendants like the stars of heaven and the sand on the seashore. Abraham was not walking for a bigger tent. He was walking for children, nations, covenant, and future. And here is the heart of biblical wealth. It is not only about how much you have, it is about what story continues after you. The world teaches you to consume as if life ends with you. The Bible teaches you to manage as if your obedience can bless generations. Put your house in order. Teach your children. Teach work, faith, generosity, and vision. A bank account can be emptied, but a family culture of wisdom can multiply. Starting from zero does not disqualify you. Abraham left without holding the whole land in his hands, but he carried something stronger than property. He carried a promise and a way of living that his descendants would remember. Maybe today you do not have much money, but you can begin a legacy. You can break debt. You can stop spending for appearances. You can build reserves. You can teach your family that blessing is not magic. It is stewardship. Remember this. True wealth is not what dies with you. True wealth is what keeps blessing people when your voice is no longer heard. Let's review the 5 secrets of Abraham. First, obey before you see the full map. Second, separate yourself from the mindset that fights for the immediate. Third, honor God with the first. Fourth, do not accept wealth that steals your freedom. Fifth, build with a promise bigger than your lifetime. Abraham teaches us that generational wealth is born from obedience, character, covenant, generosity, discernment, and vision. It does not matter if today you are starting from zero. The real danger is not starting with little. The real danger is living without direction. If this video spoke to your life, comment the word legacy. Share this video with someone who needs to put their finances in order. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And remember this, Abraham left Ur with a promise. He released what could damage him. He honored God with the first. He rejected contaminated wealth. And he lived with generations in mind. The Bible does not only order the soul, it also orders the heart, the money, the house, and the legacy. You do not need to start with much. You need to start with covenant,